Greetings. So today I would like to talk about grip and groove. First, we'll go with grip. As most of you understand, there are two different styles of grip. There is the traditional, where you hold your left hand, or if you're left-handed, your right hand. You put the stick between the thumb and this socket right here. You curl your fourth finger underneath it, and you let your other fingers kind of sit on top, and you will do like a type of motion. And that is primarily used for jazz or quieter stuff, but it's a very, very cool way to play it. Even if you don't play that way, it's kind of good to try it out and just, see how it feels. The other way is matched, as most of us play with matched. But the thing with matched is there are three different versions of matched. There is the German grip, which is kind of exaggerated, like really not very comfortable, but that's how you were taught and that's how you learned, I'm sure it feels good for you. And there's the French, which is straight ahead with your thumb on top, which is more of a timpani kind of approach. And there's the general match grip, which is called American, which is kind of like a mixture between the two. You're still holding it this way. I hold it with these two fingers. I let the rest of my fingers curl around, and it is wrist. And that's what works for me. So I would just recommend you all try the different ones, the different versions of the matched, as well as trying the traditional, and see what works for you. You will also see, if you watch a lot of jazz drummers play, you will notice that they tilt their snare away from them for traditional because it lines up with the stick better. Because I play match grip, I tend to have it almost flat, tilted just a little bit away from me. And the other thing I wanted to talk about briefly, these are things that will all be covered in lessons if you all decide what you want to do. Lessons with me, the Zoom lessons, we'll talk more about that later, but these will all be covered in there. But I just kind of want to show you some of the stuff I like to talk about. And there's the groove. Now, I call myself a groove drummer. And what I mean by that is I focus more on the pocket and less on the chops. And so I view the beat. If you look at the beat as a circle, I've split it into three separate distinct sections. The first one is what we call in the front edge of the beat. And generally that's going to be used if you're really driving something, like something heavy, or just, for lack of a better word, driving. So it's got power, it's got push. The second one is, if you're looking again at the it's the one right in the middle, and you play that pretty much straight as down the street as you can. Now that is rhythmically correct, but it feels very stiff and stilted. So where I live is on the tail end of the beat, where you kind of keep the groove in a more wave-like version of it, if you will. So instead of going first of all, I'm not putting the exact same amount of stress on each note. The hi-hat is opposed to, and there's all sorts of variations. If you're doing 16th notes, you can go. But the basic thing is you don't really want to play each beat with the same amount of force. You want to have that kind of bounce to it. And so groove, you kind of will physically lay back on the beat, where I will actually lean backwards to make sure I understand that I'm going. So I'm not leaving the meter. I'm just trying to play the beat as relaxed and as far back as I can. It's going to always be in the same place, even though I'm playing the hit, what I call the tail end of that circle beat. All my hits are on the tail end, so it sounds smooth. It's just, I'm not forcing everything to make it sound so distinct. I think with groove, you want to have more feel. the hitting on the mic. So that's basically what it is I'm talking about today. Grip and groove. Practice them both. And if you're interested in learning more, check out my website at Holz Drums, HOLZ drums.com. I have a lessons page. You will see exactly what the lessons will entail. And if you're interested in taking lessons or just finding out more, hit me up on my contact page. I appreciate the time. You all have a good day.